This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Good evening and welcome to Headlines now on Ndtv-Hindu. There's plenty brewing in the state tonight from education, business, crime, politics and most importantly, the security blanket that Chennai city has come under. I'm Evelyn Matthew and joining me with more updates on what you need to keep in mind post the Mumbai attacks is our crime correspondent Salim. Before we join him in a minute from now, the top stories we're tracking at 8 tonight. 24 hours after the Mumbai blast, the cops in Chennai are still on their toes. Security is stepped up at the Chennai Central, the airport and all public places. The state government tells the Madras High Court that it's not against the uniform system of education, just that the syllabus is substandard and needs improvement.
That syllabus will not enable the students of Tamil Nadu to compete nationally and internationally.
Taking the cue from Amma, the police cracked the whip on land grabbers, DMK partymen also under the scanner. After the price of sand is brought down, rates of bricks and crushed stone fall. Will it benefit the consumers now? Once a hotbed of crime, Kannagi Nagar, Asia's biggest resettlement colony along with the IT corridor gets the khaki touch. Will monitoring through CCTV work here? Let's also get you through some of the national headlines we're tracking at 8 tonight. The Prime Minister and Sonia Gandhi are in Mumbai to meet blast victims this even as the opposition says the government's policy failure is to blame. It's work as usual in terror-scarred Mumbai, but don't talk to us about resilience in spirit, say angry Mumbaikars. There were no prior intelligence inputs, admits the Home Minister, but not a failure of the agencies. And reacting to Chidambaram, saying it was an intelligence failure, Advani says the repeated attacks on Mumbai show a policy failure. A day after the ghastly impact of the Mumbai blasts and it has left us with, most metros have come under a security blanket. In fact, it has been stepped up here at key locations here in Chennai even. The bomb detection and disposal squad is screening the Chennai Central Railway Station, a zone that has massive density flow in and out by the hour. Sniffer dogs have been pressed into service. Anti-sabotage checks are also underway while the local police are conducting their regular vehicle checks. The entire city's police force, in fact, has been mobilized for the same. Our crime correspondent Salim now joins us with more details. Salim, give us a sense of what really travellers will have to prepare if they go to, for instance, a railway station tonight or maybe even have a flight tomorrow morning. How long or how much earlier will they have to report?
Evelyn, the police say that they don't want to trouble passengers especially, and that they say that they will ensure that passengers are frisked, are checked effectively, provided that they will also board their bus or flight accordingly. The police say they have asked the people not to touch unclaimed baggages that raises suspicion, and they are asked to report it to the police. Especially they can call 100 and inform the city police control room. In turn, the message will be passed on to the concerned police officers who are on beats. And the police very clearly say that they have stepped up vigil in Chennai. Point number one, Chennai Central Railway Station, the bomb detection and disposal squad say that they are on rounds. Since the news of a serial blast that rocked Mumbai reached them, they say that they are on toes. They have mobilized all their personnel. In total, they have 24 personnel in the bomb detection and disposal squad. They are screening Chennai Central Railway Station for any explosives, and they found a few unclaimed baggages, but they say that the checks revealed that the baggages are safe, and it has been handed over to the platform inspector. And secondly, the police say that Chennai Central is under high surveillance. They have many CCTV cameras that are watching the movements of the passengers very closely. In fact, the parking area comes under high vigil. Secondly, the Chennai airport, many VIPs used to board the flight, and hence the CSFO, they say that they have mounted vigil, and in fact the parking area near the airport and the movements of the passengers are closely being watched. Passengers baggages are being closely monitored, and the passengers are being frisked. And thirdly, the city police. The city police very clearly say that they are into vehicle checkings, and especially they are screening lodges and mansions and hotels as well for any antisocial elements. And they have asked the people to report to the police in case if they come across any object that raises suspicion. Evelyn?
Right. So in a sense, what you're saying is that there is no need to panic, but also at the same time, Salim, have the police officials here in Chennai received any sort of intelligence inputs for Chennai, any terror attacks, anything of that sort that you're hearing?
The police say that there are no specific terror attack as far as Chennai is concerned. They say that it's an usual process. Whenever any untoward incident happen in any part of the country, the police say the Home Ministry will normally alert the state governments, and in turn the DGP will pass orders to all the police officials in the state to step up vigil. The police say this is just a precautionary measure, and that there is no need for the public to panic. Evelyn?
Right. Thanks very much indeed, Salim, for joining us with that update. And Salim there joining us and telling us that there's no reason to panic, that the Chennai City Police have got things pretty much under control. But make sure you do report maybe at least at least a half an hour early to where you do need to take your flight or your train from. Now, in other news, it's made parents wonder about the future of their children, but it's also taken people out to the streets in protest and even gone to the courts. But now, the uniform system of education will not be abandoned. That's what the Tamil Nadu government has said in a detailed written submission before the Madras High Court today in the common syllabus case. The state has said that its intention is to implement the system within a reasonable time. The Advocate General and Special Government Pleader has submitted that the amendment to the USC Act 2010 by the AIADMK government was in deference to the Madras High Court order that wanted the option of multiple choice of textbooks under the system. The submission also justified the composition of the 9-member expert committee appointed by the state government on directions of the Supreme Court. During the course of the 3-day hearing on the case, a detailed background of the academic experience of the panel members who came under attack was also provided.
The content of the syllabus framed by the previous government to enforce the uniform system of education is inferior in quality, and that syllabus will not enable the students of Tamil Nadu to compete nationally and internationally. Further, the quality of the textbooks prepared under the uniform system of education by the previous government is substandard.
Moving on, the ruling government in Tamil Nadu may be at it by bringing the land sharks of the recent DMK era to book, and has made headway for starters. A week within Ms. Jayalalitha launching that special cell to specially probe this issue, over 1,500 complaints have been received by the state police, and over 24 DMK men are already behind bars on land grab charges, and the party has vowed to fight the charges legally. Now, while the AIADMK regime is determined to retrieve the lands usurped during the previous regime and return them to original owners, the crackdown is also likely to hit the DMK's southern strongman, MK Argiri. Meanwhile, the DMK is also busy setting up legal cells in every district as a counter. The Chief Minister has provided the construction sector the much-needed throttle at a time of rising prices of raw materials. As promised in the ruling AIADMK's election manifesto, Ms. Jayalalitha has ordered that the price of a truckload of bricks has been reduced by 3,000 rupees. This is in comparison to a lorry load of bricks which is now sold at a rate between 30,000 to 32,000 rupees in the market. Not just bricks, but the rates of a load of crushed stone will now be cheaper by 700 rupees. Earlier, the price of sand was reduced considerably immediately after the new government assumed office. While the rates of these construction material have skyrocketed during the last few years, this does come as an attempt by the government to regulate the same. But we will have to wait and see if it will really benefit and trickle down to the consumers hereafter. Now, Kannagi Nagar, an area that once spoke of a murder a week, well, not anymore, thanks to an exclusive police station in the zone very recently. While police think the violators have moved out, their focus has now shifted to development. But seeing a good drop in the crime graph, cops have been initiating a series of measures. My colleague Salim has more.
Telltale signs of the high crime graph in Kannagi Nagar. But the cops claim the inauguration of a police station comprising 25 policemen has arrested that graph. And it's not just tough policing, or for that matter, technology like the use of the electronic eye that has made a difference. This tsunami resettlement, home to 15,000 families, has also seen a slew of welfare measures, from education to employment, to wean residents away from crime.
The installation of CCTV cameras at various vantage points of the colony has received wide appreciation from the residents who feel the move will boost their security levels.
The footage caught on the camera will be relayed through wireless systems on a live basis to the Kannagi Nagar police station, where it will be stored for a period of 1 month. What has raised the police antenna is that a few new residential projects in the vicinity are also underway.
We are on a track of rehabilitating some of the antisocial elements by opening these boys clubs, and we have a plan of starting a girls club there. Probably there will be the first time in which we are having a girls club. So probably we are planning to have some vocational training for the women there.
The cops have tied up with NGOs to educate children from this colony and rehabilitate dropouts. In Chennai with correspondent Salim, Kuku Alex for NDTV Hindu.
Now, the Chief Minister Jayalalitha has met the newly appointed members of the State Planning Commission today. The body that was recently reconstituted has retired IAS official Shanta Sheila Nair as its vice chairperson and will be chaired by Ms. Jayalalitha as the chairperson. A.C. Mutaya has been slotted to represent the industry, while Dr. V. Shanta of the Adyar Cancer Institute and Dr. K. Sridhar are from the field of health. Dr. A. Ramasamy, Vice-Chancellor of the Karpagam University in Coimbatore, will be a member, drawing the expertise from agriculture and irrigation sectors. Education will be given its inputs by the former Vice-Chancellor of Anna University, Dr. Balaguruswamy. The 7-member Planning Commission will play an active role in preparation of annual plans and even 5-year plans. More news from the city and the state headed your way. Do stay with us. We'll be right back on Headlines Now.